All right, and we are live. Hey everyone, this is Arjun Rai, founder and CEO at HelloWoofy.com. Thank you so much for joining in. We have a special guest on the call today because it's a special day. Say hello to our mascot, Snoopy.
Oh, Snoopy's here.
He is working really hard. Today we are ending our round of funding on WeFunders. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to come into the city. I live in New York City, and he's going to help us out on the call today. So you might be hearing from him giving you some tips on being an influencer. You guys can follow him at snoopsnoopy.com or Snoop Snoopy on Instagram. All right, guys. So let's get everyone into the call now. A few more people are jumping in as well. Thank you. Wow, today everyone woke up today. Welcome to the call. All right, guys. So usually what we do is we go around in a circle and introduce ourselves. Tell us, tell everyone why you're awesome, what your small business is about, but most importantly, what can we do today to help you out for my team or Snoopy as well, and we can give you some tips and resources to help you in your underdog business. But let's start from the top. I see Carmen. Can you introduce yourself, please? Tell us who you are,
Hi,
why you're awesome, and then we'll go from there.
okay. I'm Carmen. I'm with Listing Village. You may remember Matt Young from
Yeah, of
Austin.
course. Hello,
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah. So we've started using HelloWoofy, and it's pretty cool. We do
Thank you.
websites for realtors, and we also do some social media for those realtors. So I'm using HelloWoofy as a side platform to Listing Village to help get that done.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And it's just listingvillage.com if I remember correctly.
That's right.
All right, so
That's right.
here we go. Let's give you guys a little bit of a shout out. And again, thanks so much for being awesome. Here is listingvillage.com. You can check them out. I think you guys have been a customer for a few months now, almost a year. We met Matt about a year ago, 2 years ago actually, in 2021 at Draper University. And you guys are still based in Austin?
Yes, yes. I'm in Little Rock, but they're based in Austin at the Capitol Factory
Oh
still.
yeah, the Capital Factory. Good memories there. Awesome. We'll definitely give you a shout out. Listingvillage.com. Go check them out. Matt Young is a great fellow entrepreneur from Draper University. So thank you for your love. So, Carmen, what is something that you guys are kind of needing help with at the moment?
Well, I guess it's kind of learning how to use the platform a little better,
Okay. Okay.
cleaning up some of my mistakes.
How are you using it
Uh,
right now? What are you finding your
well,
workflow is looking like?
one of the features that I absolutely love is being able to put something in the library
Yeah.
and have it automatically go out. When I found that feature, I was like, gold right there. Because I use Social Champ
Mm-hmm.
for about 4 years, and
Mm-hmm.
so this is something that you can't do with any other platform where you stick it in a library and it automatically posts it. So I love
Yeah.
that. But when I'm trying to clean up some of my clients that maybe have left us, they stayed with us for a short time and found out it wasn't for them. I
Mm-hmm.
created campaigns for them, and I don't know how to delete a campaign.
So
um
the way that works is when you go into the future, like if you have like something scheduled in the future, like this, for example, is scheduled in the future, you should see a little edit icon right next to the X. So the edit will obviously allow you to edit the campaign, or in this case, a single post. But if you hit the X icon, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to delete this campaign? And then it's going to ask you, okay, all content in the future is going to be deleted, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so what I need to do is make a content in the future, then to be able to go
Well, if the
back and
can
see that.
if the campaign is continue to run, you should see posts in the future. Otherwise, if it's over, then you don't have to worry about it. It's gone.
I can still see it though.
Oh, you just want to clean up. You just want to clean your calendar up, you're saying. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. I everything in my living room is lined up to my tiles. I want it to be perfect.
Really? Oh wow.
Yes. It, it
That's
drives a lot of people
awesome.
it drives a lot of people insane, but we have big white
So if you
tiles,
go
so
to if you click on filter by campaign, you can
yeah.
see every campaign you've ever done.
So you
And
want
what
to clear that up.
I want to clear a couple of them out.
Got it. All right,
And
let me make a request for a feature to delete old campaigns. All right, so let's
that would be
say
awesome.
delete delete old campaigns for fellow OCD customer. I'm just kidding. Fellow customer
Yes.
who wants to clean up past posts, campaigns, calendars, etc.
See,
Let's
see, and
yeah,
I
we'd
don't
have to
know
just
if when it
let's
does that,
discuss.
does it delete the old post? But I guess it really doesn't matter. The posts are done. I don't need to keep a record of them.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you do for compliance purposes, but that's a business decision less about us. But let's discuss UI UX on this using drop down filter, because I think what would be the easiest thing would be to just choose that drop down and then put an X next to it for past campaigns. Okay, so
That's awesome.
I added that to our ideas column. And oh, so you asked about how to use the platform. So yes, you should definitely be using the library to put all your content in. Of course, you can schedule things one at a time from the home screen or the calendar and do single posts. But we oftentimes recommend, because 90% of the time that you're creating content, you can repurpose that and recycle it again. And so, for example,
Yeah.
last night, Snoopy just stopped by our apartment. I was like, "Good night, Moon," and the pause of the world. You help us business owners in more ways than you can imagine. Obviously, I said "Good night, Moon" here, but I could say "Good morning," right? So I can be like, well, I'm going to schedule right now. I'm going to schedule it for, let's say, next. Click on schedule. I'm going to schedule it for, let's say, Tuesday, and I'm going to say, instead of "Good night, Moon," I'm going to say Good morning, underdogs. And by the way, any changes I'm making right now will only stay with this post. The original post, which is in the background, will not change because I've created a copy of it. So a lot of customers, what they do is they create templates and then they modify those templates with like variables, if you will, and then they always have a template to use again in the future. So in this case, I'm gonna say "Good morning, underdogs and the pause of the world. You help us business owners in more ways than you can imagine as sidekicks. Oops, sidekicks and sidekicks. Okay, so now I'm going to choose my accounts. Going to go all the way, Woofy. We're going to choose the group, oops, not my page, the HelloWoofy page, the HelloWoofy LinkedIn, the HelloWoofy Instagram, and we're going to do Google My Business, and that's about it. So now we're going to schedule it 11:15 a.m. We're good to go. So now, again, you notice how this says the content here. Now, if I go into the calendar for next week and click on that edit icon I was telling you about. Now, if I want to delete, I can click on the X, but the edit icon, you'll see that the modifications right there. It doesn't say "Good morning." It doesn't say "Good night, Moon" anymore. It says "Good morning, underdogs." So I can always go back to it now and do another one for like a few weeks later if I wanted to. So that's the main gist of the platform, is to use the library again and again. Now the journal works very similar. So for example, I sent out an email earlier today because literally we're ending the round of funding tonight. So it's the last chance anyone can invest in the business and own shares. So we sent that out here, and I might want to do it again if we run another campaign in the future. I can repurpose this content, the same links, the same emojis, the same content. Maybe I change out the video, maybe I change out the image on the right side, but for the most part, I can repurpose this content. So if that makes sense. And then of course I can also do the same thing with the blogging as well, because I believe this came out this morning to the blog post as well. Yep, there's the blog post. So we had an email go out and a blog post come out all at the same time. So now I can repurpose this if I wanted to in the future. Carmen, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you.
You look like you're blown away. You're at the edge of your seat. Careful, don't fall off. All right, let's move over to Brian. Brian, thank you so much for your podcast shout out yesterday. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are. Tell us a little bit about your magazine as well, and then what can we help you with today?
Yeah, my background's in technology. Been a CIO, CTO for last several years, and kind of stumbled in being a tech influencer in the space, and so I launched a magazine, website, the whole 9 yards, and I'm actually a verified publication now. So, Arjun, thank you. I had you on as a guest recently, my 630th episode.
Woohoo!
So, and I have a video for you, and I don't know if you do file uploads here on Zoom or not, but I can email it as well.
Sure.
It's
File
not the
file
podcast.
uploads as in.
It's a marketing video. It's an 8-second video.
Okay. Well, send me the put the link in the chat and we can see if we can bring it up right now.
Yeah, the video's not linked anywhere. I have it on
Okay.
one side, but I'll just email it to you. It's not too big of a file, so.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And then what are something that you're looking for help with today, or maybe you have something as a tip for other people
No,
on
just
the
wanted
call?
to just check in with you, make sure you did get, I tagged you, and I'll keep promoting, like I said, and like
Thank you.
when you get a chance, like I said, talk to Texas Fine to finish those questions, and you can pick a time when you feel is best for your next campaign, so we can get you on the magazine.
Sounds good. Yeah. No, thanks so much for that. All right, let's move over to Jessica. Jessica, tell us a little about yourself, who you are. Stimpy wants to say hello as well. He's licking my hands. But tell us who you are and why you're awesome and what can we help you with today?
I'm Jessica Dugas. I'm the creator of the Breakthrough Show Network. I help people to start their own talk show. It's a way to expand their visibility, but also if they just want something to do with their time. That's how I started off, and it grew into something else. I'm awesome because I'm me, and I give people the space to tell their stories, and really enjoy doing that. And oh, look, there's me.
There's you.
And I just I don't really have any questions. I always like seeing what other people are doing. I basically use Woofy to schedule in announcements for new shows for myself and for the other hosts on the network, and always looking for new ways to use the platform.
So I'm assuming you're doing this already, because I haven't been on your social yet, but are you taking your long form videos and slicing them up into reels, shorts, and
yeah,
TikToks?
we just started doing that. I was running replays of everything and it wasn't really getting traction. So when I started doing the short form videos a couple weeks ago, like it really started getting more eyes on our content. So yeah, I just started doing that on the Breakthrough Show Instagram in particular.
So one quick tip, and I got this tip from someone actually on TikTok who was being interviewed about how he did like 1 million views or $1 million. I can't remember one of the other, but in 60 days. And the thing he figured out is that first he took the long form video, which is, 16 by 9. And once he shortened the videos, the short video itself, which is obviously vertical, so 9 by 16 if my ratios are right. What he noticed is that in the first 5 seconds of that video, he had like the most holy beep moment in that, and then it full stopped, and then it went into the actual video, and that moment that was depicted here in the first 5 seconds, the most important, the most like oh my god, I have to watch this video kind of a moment, that may have been somewhere in the middle of that the video itself, but what he recommended was put it in the first 5 seconds, in the first 2 seconds, 3 seconds, in order for it to get that hook into like, oh my god, I have to watch this video for the whole duration. So you may notice all of our videos have a pause after like the 4th second, because of that. So let me see if this is one. Let's see if this is a good one. Let's see. New product that, what did he say? Let's see. Building an amazing new product. Okay, that's one thing. Let's see. Okay, so here's one example. So this was obviously to get people to invest as low as $100 into the business. So we had, when Tim Draper, who's a billionaire, he's already an investor in our company. He said, why does it become a $1 billion company? That's the highlight of that video.
And would this become $1-trillion business?
So that now is doing better for us. I noticed that in the likes and the engagement on the back end. Here's another one here. Let's see if I can push it back here. Unmute. And by the way, you guys can, this is HelloWoofy right now. You can play preview videos and their social media accounts, and we take care of the rest. So that kind of a approach is like actually doing really well. So we literally just copy that tip, and is now doing better. I'm trying to do it into the bigger videos, the longer videos, but for the short ones, for sure, we're implementing that strategy.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. We have some comments in the chat. Hey, Jessica, I need your info, need tips on bringing up. Oh, Jessica, you have a fan, Karen. There you go. You guys share away in the chat. All right, let's move over to who else we got on our call today. So if you could, Brian, Jessica, Christopher, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you're awesome? Love the shirt. Color. My mom would have been so proud of you. She always tried to get me to wear magenta or pink. But tell us a little about yourself and how we can help you today. You're on mute though, and your camera's off. All right, so while Chris is figuring that out, the landscaping people are here. All right, Chris, thanks for that. All right, Jen, introduce yourself. Jen's a partner of ours. Please introduce yourself, why you're awesome, and how can we help you today?
Hi, I own and operate a remote administrative company. And I'm actually just here supporting Arjun. I've got to become really good friends with him and offer support to anyone that may need it as well too.
Well, tell us a little about your VA agency. So we work with GetDesky for our support help, some of our other marketing help and operations on the back end. So Jen actually came through to us as a customer first, and then we just loved her so much we ended up working with her. So tell us a little bit about what GetDesky is and how you're using HelloWoofy.
Yeah, so GetDesky is a band of stay-at-home moms that help businesses and entrepreneurs with any kind of back-end administrative work that they may need. As Arjun said, I really like doing marketing stuff. So we really help people do all sorts of things, really much give them the lift that they need to kind of take themselves out of the day-to-day. These are a little bit of the things that we do. So we do a lot of social media. So we use a lot of HelloWoofy to help our clients with their social media. And yes, that is my mom right there. So I did start a company with my mom, which Arjun did too. Also, he started one with his mom.
Yeah, my mom and I used to work on a skincare company years ago. I remember pouring wax into different ingredients, learning about emulsification. And for those of you who don't know, my mom passed away a few years ago, just before we relaunched HelloWoofy. But I remember I have a lot of appreciation for skincare and making products, like physical products, because obviously we're a software company, but building physical products as like candles and creams and all that stuff, I have a huge appreciation for.
Yep. So I really love helping people with things, and I have a vast knowledge of social media. So if anybody does need anything, I'm able to help as well too.
Yeah. And Jen's a really good travel buddy too. If you have conferences you want to go to, definitely travel with Jen. She's awesome.
But somebody forgot my shirt.
We'll send you that shirt for sure. All right, let's move over. Thanks, Jen. Chris, Chris, can you talk now, or are you?
I'm going down the alley here in Coronado because I have to get away from all the weed whackers and lawnmowers.
All right. Well, tell us who you are and how can we help you today?
So I am the infamous Dr. Christopher Vogelman. I had 33 years in practice as a chiropractor. I've done digital marketing with my wife in a little agency that we have called Maximize Your Media, but I'm migrating over to, oh shoot, now the traffic, there's no place to go to.
We actually can't hear the traffic. You're good.
Oh, good. Thank goodness. A little noise canceling.
The only traffic we're hearing is the one going to your website, and it's a lot.
And it's a lot. No, here they all are. They're just flying by. We have a base here in Coronado Island, and so it's third goes in and fourth goes out. And unfortunately, our little house is sandwiched in between the two, and it's always challenging to get in and out. But so I had 33 years in practice, studied a lot of neurology and neuroscience, and now I'm working my way back to probably not abandoning the whole doctor thing, because once you've dissected brains and taught other doctors about goal setting, mindset, et cetera, what I'm realizing is with the advent of AI, I can probably accomplish some great things and have an impact. So.
I can only imagine the conversation you had with your patient after you did brain surgery, and you're like, your mindset could
Well, no, it's not brain surgery because I've worked as a chiropractor for 33 years, but
sure.
I like to refer to it as bloodless surgery. So
Okay. I
yeah,
actually do have a lot of appreciation for chiropractors in general. Mine happens to be in Hell's Kitchen here in New York City, and a
yeah.
couple of years ago, I did a yoga pose. I can't remember what I was doing. I was on my back, and I felt a snap, and then the following morning, I couldn't move at all. It turned out to be my sciatic nerve, and this
I
was, I think,
know that one. It's called
yeah.
downward devastation.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was very devastating because I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. I was like paralyzed. And this was 2016. So
Yeah.
7 years ago, I was 24 or 25 at the time. And and the chiropractor was like, this happens to like 50-year-olds. You've led a life of 50-year-olds. But so Chris, what can we help you with today?
Well, no, I'm just trying to familiarize myself with your platform because my business partner, John Paduchek, I guess had a conversation with you or with somebody on your team and got the demo and all. And so it's just a question of jumping in there. You know, part of the thing that concerns me a lot these days is the advent of AI and social posts and other things like that. I mean, in particular, creating images and as to whether or not, you know, how you sort of protect yourself when you're doing social posting.
Well, there are definitely
classes.
examples of doctors, plumbers, chiropractors
Yeah.
on TikTok. So email me, I'll send you a couple examples, but
Okay.
you would never imagine like following some of these people. They have a sense of humor and they're just so funny and so engaging. But the three things, and I usually share this on the calls that we do every Friday, is three pillars of content that we focus on is obviously the FAQs, all the questions that come up again and again, and these guys on TikTok, by the way, do the same thing. Is like, did you know the answer to this question? And they go through the process. They show you you can actually hear the click in the bone essentially, and they're like, if you need help with this, if you're feeling this, come in for a free consultation. So the FAQ is like, what are people asking me again and again? Testimonials, right? So like every time I go to see my doctor, my chiropractor, I'm like, you are not getting paid enough because he charges me very little for what I think it's about worth. And the testimonial is like, you've just completely changed my life for that week, right? So testimonials are great. And then of course, objections, as you know, chiropractor or chiropractic practices and then of course solutions, is always getting the ridicule, right? It's always like, oh, this is not real, or Ayurveda is not really real, homeopathic is not real, Chinese medicine is not real. Well, now that we spent 100 years of Western medicine, even Western medicine is starting to appreciate the Eastern philosophies and alternative medicine. So what are the objections? And then what are your solutions? And so something could be like, hey, you don't have enough experience, and you can be like, no, I've got 20 years of experience, I've got thousands of patients who I've helped, and you just have to kind of downgrade the objection and upgrade your solution as a solution that, of course, I've got 20 years of experience, I've got way more clients in this area than anyone else, and for a low fee, $99, come on in for an introductory rate or something like that.
But that's not my focus nowadays, though. I'm doing marketing for chiropractors because I understand their pain points more than most after 30 some years in practice. And my dad had 62 years in practice. So we've seen the evolution, the devolution, and the resurgence in the profession.
So then teach that to your clients. How do you like? I was just telling, I think it was Jessica. I was telling her about create the reels from the long form videos, and then of course keep the attraction in the first 5 seconds. If you don't get that, then no one's going to watch the rest. They're just going to go to the next reel, the next TikTok, the next short. And you can apply the same approach in the YouTube as well. By the way, when you post on YouTube in the analytics, you'll actually see like traffic and then where people stay the most. And those humps essentially are what those first 5 seconds should be, because people have been most engaged. They click something, they did something at that level, or they skip to that point in the timeline. That becomes your hook essentially for the introductory of the video, and you'll see it on the back end of YouTube.
I did a TikTok challenge for 90 days last year, and then I kept going to 180 and then 365, and so 15 months in a row of doing those, and I got to the point now where my favorites are those 8-second to 15-second videos, and I think it's
Yeah.
more like a third of a second to get their attention.
Well, TikTok just bumped it up to, I think, 3 minutes or a couple of minutes now.
Yeah,
But
I was offered 10 minutes the other day and then it disappeared. So
I don't recommend doing that unless
no.
it's like really, really production level. Like the
Yeah.
only times I remember looking at a TikTok, which is minutes long, is because it's a clip from like, History Channel, Ancient Aliens.
Right.
Like I'm like really hooked in. Then I got to like, I need to go find this episode on Hulu to watch it. But other than that, I will skip it for sure.
Gotcha.
All
Yeah.
right,
Well, it's just I do love short form video though. So it's I think
Mhm.
it's a tremendous way to attract people's attention. And I guess the
Yeah.
real question in my mind is what's your call to action at the end of each one of these things? So
Well, for us, we have it very short and we leave it at the end in our videos. Like for example, these videos here that I was just talking about earlier, it was talking about investing in the business because today's the last day to invest and own shares in our business. That's what it says is like, I'd like to invest as low as $100 on wefunder.com/HelloWoofy. Now, normally it just has the outro, which is the animation of Snoopy, who's sitting right here in my desk, him like dancing in the logo. But other than that, the outro really depends on what you're looking to leave with the customer, which could be, do this, do that, or subscribe to our channel.
yeah, well, I also work with my mother. That's very Freudian. With my wife, who's a Mexican food blogger, and
Cool.
she's quite the major influencer. But we really haven't got much traction in short form video. Really, most of the stuff that she gets is pretty much just like Instagram, and she does tons of videos. But it's just a question of trying to crack that short form content.
Well,
nut.
Reels is good
So,
for food as well. Reels are really good. But yeah, she can reach out to us and we can try to help out with that. But that actually reminds me, we also have so as a part of the support system, right? If you go to homepage and you click on Need a Paw, there are 3 layers of support that we offer. And one is not really a support, it's more like let's have a conversation about how we can help you out. But so obviously you have the support call, 15 minutes, totally free. Then you have the paid support, which is a little bit more strategic with me. And then you have the coaching call, which is $100 for an hour. And then we're like, we'll sit down, do a whiteboard, and then we'll email you the whiteboard as a PDF. So bring your wife, it doesn't matter how many people are on the call. It's just 1 hour.
It would be quite intriguing. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, just HelloWoofy.com/support for that.
Gotcha. Thanks.
All right, let's move over. Let's see who else we got here. Karen, please introduce yourself. Love the background, very minimalistic. I love the IKEA furniture, it looks like. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what we can help you with today.
Hello, everybody. It's Corinne. I own Coger Law Firm, which is a boutique law firm. We focus on entrepreneurs, small businesses and course creators, and teach you guys how to prevent your content from being infringed upon. I am here today. Well, ironically, like I try to hop on. Today, I just randomly hopped on, didn't realize this was the last day to become an investor, and I do want to do that.
Oh, thank you. Virtual hugs.
Virtual hug. Yeah, so I've been using the product for a while, and I think I've gotten good at the single post, but I wanted to learn more about the create a campaign. And then somebody just mentioned journal. So what is the difference between the two?
And by the way, you're good luck because we just went from 165 or 163 to 190, and we're almost at 191. So woohoo. Thank you.
Cool. Is there a link for that?
I will put the link in that in a second. Let me answer your first question because customers over anything else. Journal is right on the top, second to the last, next to support. And did you ask me the question of what is Journal or how to use Journal?
What is it and how do you use it?
So Journal focuses on blogging. We currently support Medium as a blog, which is, if you don't know the difference between Medium and WordPress, Medium has almost this like feel of a social media network. You can, clap, articles. You can kind of give. It's very unique in that regards, where you can kind of give love to an article, an author, by just clapping it and things of that nature, and you can follow other authors as well. So it has a very social feel. But it is on medium.com, so it's on a separate website. You don't get to host the website, other than you can direct your domain to the website. WordPress is also supported, but it just gives you way more freedom. So our website is built in WordPress. So for example, this article here, so let's just pretend we're sending this out again. So when I started putting this out, this went out, I had a schedule to go out this morning at, I think, at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning. This becomes your email subject line. So one title, but it becomes your email subject line. It also becomes your blog title at the same time. So keep in mind, when the email comes in, like if you can imagine you're opening up your Gmail app, or, hey buddy, sit down. That's okay. We're still here. We're still helping customers. Snoopy's like, what's happening? So keep in mind, when they open their email application, whether it's the native iOS application or you're an Android or a Gmail, the first thing you're going to see in a list of emails is the emoji. So I always like to keep the emoji first because it sets my email apart. And I've actually done studies, or I guess campaigns without the emoji and with emoji, and it's just night and day. So always have one emoji at the beginning, one emoji at the end. And so that becomes your email subject and the blog title. Now, the next thing is, in some cases in the email application itself, it'll actually show you like a few words from the email in the beginning. So it'll have like the email subject line. It'll say who is it from, and then of course like the beginning of the email. So I like to have the emoji there as well. Now, again, the only reason I'm harping about emojis is because it drives insane amounts of engagement. And we can talk about that in a second. So then this whole editor is it's called a rich editor, which means you can put links in it like this one here. You can italicize it, underline it, which is what I did here. And then you can also put video previews in here and image previews. Now, the way you do that is by hitting the little plus button, and then you can either upload the image right here, or you can put a video URL. Vimeo or YouTube works best. YouTube Shorts doesn't work right now. We're working on getting YouTube Shorts in, but a normal YouTube video will work, and it'll create a little thumbnail here of that video. And then the image on the right, it could be whatever size you want. We usually recommend horizontal-ish images. So it looks nice on blog and email, but it could be a square too. This happens to be a horizontal one. And then when you upload it, it becomes a centerpiece for your blog, as well as a centerpiece for your email, and then all the caption goes below it. So let me just find the one from this morning. So this was, let's see, alert. So this was actually the same email that went out this morning. So you can see we try to keep it very, very simple. It's not about bells and whistles and sidebars and links here and that. We've taken this inspiration from some very well-known marketers like Billie Jean, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone. Their emails, they send a lot of emails for one thing, but they also send emails that are very, very specific on what they want as a call to action. So you can see how it kind of translated between the one in the background and the actual email itself. Now this is coming out through MailChimp. We only serve MailChimp right now as an integration. We will be doing Constant Contact, MailerLite, and any other email newsletter platforms you guys recommend. So put in the chat or put in our Content Masters Facebook group other tools and integrations you want. So that's what that email looks like. And then if you go to our website, this is what it looks like under company announcements. You can see this is what the blog looks like as well.
Okay, great. I use MailChimp, so that's wonderful.
Let's not monkey around. Let's get started.
All right. And then
the joke refers to the mascot for MailChimp.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know. Yeah. Okay.
And then campaigns.
Campaigns. Okay. So one thing I will say is don't do campaigns if you're just getting started. But if you've been using HelloWoofy for a little bit now, you're kind of used to how the library works, the categories work, the single post work, then you can do campaigns. So let's assume that you're good with that. And you have categories, you have content in the categories that you want. So let's create a campaign. There are a couple of different ways you can go about it. So you can say, let's say you have, let's say you're doing a seminar on teaching entrepreneurs about forming a company on the 31st. So every few days you want a reminder saying, hey, don't forget, free webinar coming up on May 31st, teaching you how to get started with your LLC, your corporation, S Corp, and we're going to go into details of all of that. Then you may want to be like, more aggressive towards the end. So let's say you have a category for specific events or the event, and you have variations of that post or different posts that are promoting the event, but the links obviously the same. So then you can choose the dates randomly. That's one approach. Then you choose your accounts that you want to post to. So let's say you want to do a Twitter, you want to do a LinkedIn, and let's say you have a law Facebook group and of course your LinkedIn as well. So that's one thing you can do. And then you can call it, let's say seminar on forming business. Give it the name that makes sense for you. And then you can choose LIFO, which is last in, first out, which is top down, or FIFO, which is first in, first out, which is bottom up. So that means is as you're filling the categories, they will form an order, right? And so you're basically saying what is the order that you want the content to come out and be scheduled in, or you can just shuffle it, in which case you really don't care. Now, if you're posting, let's say 20 pieces of content to 22 days, right? You're missing 2 pieces of content. If you hit the repeat same content button, you're basically saying, hey, it's okay to take something from the beginning or at the end, and on the 21st and 22nd day, post it again, which in this case would be very repurposable anyways, evergreen, because you're promoting an event. And so the 20 pieces of content should be okay to post again on the 21st and 22nd. Then of course, where's the content? So I'm going to choose WeFunder, but let's pretend it says law seminar May 2023. So you have 29 posts in there. In this case, it's actually overkill, because if my math is right, 4, and 5, that's about less than 29 posts. So it's actually going to go through the 29 as much as possible and then stop at the last date. And then of course, choose a time, and then you're good to go. Click schedule. The other approach is you can do it based on a pattern. So what a pattern means is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, turn that little toggle on the top right, which says pattern schedule. You want this pattern to repeat again and again and again until the end date. So we're going to click on next, and we're going to choose that end date. But you would have noticed in the previous screen, it was disabled because you can't really have an end date on a specified number of dates. But in this case, the pattern. So we're going to end this on the 30th. Let's pretend. So what you're going to notice is when I come back, all of the dates are picked except for the 31st, even though it's a part of a Monday, Wednesday, Friday pattern. It's not picking the 31st because we want it to end on the 30th. So all my dates are picked. It's a really good way if you're doing it several weeks at a time. And then you just rinse and repeat everything else that you saw earlier.
Okay, so with my firm, we have a webinar that we're doing every 4th Tuesday of the month. So this is what I'm thinking about using this for.
So let's say you have 12 posts for the year and 12 variations of pretty much the same thing. Is it one link? Like the call for the link for this call is one link?
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. So 12 posts, maybe you don't have to do 12 posts. You could do 10 posts. And what you do is, you said the last Tuesday?
The 4th Tuesday of every month.
The 4th Tuesday. So there we go. There's one there. And then, gosh, now I'm really looking for the 4th Tuesday now. There we go. So you just choose your 4 Tuesdays there. And no, that's not the 4th. This one is, and then you just run a campaign for the 12 dates.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. We got some questions coming up here as well. I'm creating a brain health money mindset. Oh, cool. Chris, that sounds cool. And Tom asked, do you have to upload context to HelloWoofy to send out? No. So with MailChimp, all you have to do is go into your settings and just log in. When I say settings, I mean in HelloWoofy. All you have to do is go into the HelloWoofy platform, and then it'll just OAuth into MailChimp itself. Well, I guess I'm talking nerd language. OAuth basically means just one click, you log in, and you're good to go. So we don't pull in the context or whatnot. We just pull in the list of audiences. So your MailChimp account will have audiences or segments, and then we will allow you to schedule to one of those. What else have we got in questions before I move over to the next person? Let's see. Whoops.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this session being recorded, and where can we
Yeah, it's being recorded and broadcasting right now. So we're live on YouTube, our Facebook group, Content Masters, and LinkedIn, Twitter. Yeah, we use a tool called Restream to do it. So you can definitely watch it again. Chris, to answer your question, Active Campaign is not on the list yet, but we can take a look at it. Jessica says, yay for constant contact. Yep, we are definitely having that in. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the love for emojis. Go emojis. All right, so those are all the questions there. And okay, cool. All right, let's move over to the next person. Felicia, I hope you're not moving. I don't see any.
I'm not moving now.
Okay. All right.
I got to my destination and I got some time.
All right. Well, tell us about yourself.
Yes, hi. My name is Felicia Hunt. I am in Pomona, California. I am a sex coach, and I own Six Coach Sex Coaching and Sex Education Services. And I got HelloWoofy like when you first came out, and you had this deal for $69.99. And I just want to know, what did I get for $69.99?
So
Like, I have
69.
the platform and everything you're talking about.
Yeah.
Can I do all of that?
By the way, I don't know if I should make this joke or not, but since given the field you're in, the 69 plan gets you blah blah blah. No, I'm just kidding. So if I remember correctly, the 69 plan was actually the SMB plan, which now, hey buddy, and then you got my dog all excited. The 69 plan, I believe, was the SMB plan. So whatever is equivalent to SMB today, which I think is the essentials. Let me just double check that. You will have that, and actually there's definitely more upgrades actually also given at that level. I'm just pulling up the Excel sheet right now, but yes. So by the way, you should be able to see everything under your settings in terms of checkboxes or X's in terms of what's not there. Yeah, so SMB is now essentials, agency is now advanced, agency plus now is business, and enterprise is still enterprise. And the pro has become the basic. We really changed the name is because some people needed agency, but then they had like personality issues or whatnot. They were like, I'm not an agency, I'm a coffee shop, but I need YouTube Shorts. Should I upgrade or not? I was like, of course you should upgrade. You need YouTube Shorts. And so we renamed it to Advance.
Okay, so what I really wanted to know is, I think I put it in the chat. You have the media on there. You can look at all the different medias, and if you want to do something with that, like make a blog or I don't know, how do you do that? Can you show an example of how do you create?
When you say media, what are you referring to as media?
Like the little news clipping, like news, like whatever's going on. You can see, I don't know the terminology. I'm so bad.
So like a news article, like let's say CNN.com.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hey buddy, sit. So let's say we want to grab an article from here, like law from 1873 about abortion fight. So I'm assuming you want to post it, so you paste it into the caption field here, throw it in there, and then it's going to pull in some links here, or excuse me, quotes here, so you can go ahead and use that. So let's say we want to add, let's see if there's anything else here. Oh, here we go. This is probably better. Any abortion provider in the country is going to and then what you can say is, what are okay, two people can type together, okay, buddy? It's like his paws are on my keyboard. I'm like, what is happening? What,
like, you want to meet me? No.
What a great topic. Yeah, what a great topic. Here we go. And then we'll add some emojis here too. So let's say we want to type this, throw that emoji in there, and then we want to use some hashtags. So let's say Anthony Comstock advocacy and abortion being hashtags. And then let's say I want to use an emoji here. We'll drop down from here and point towards it like this one here. So you got a couple of emojis there. All right, good to go. Now we need an image. So we're going to click on the the orange dot. We're going to pull this in from the article. Let's make sure it's 5:4 so that Instagram likes it, because Instagram is very finicky about that. So we're going to center it a little bit. We're going to crop it. We're going to save it, and we're good to go. Now, by the way, here's a quick sneak peek. We're also going to be allowing you to turn this image into kind of like a card that's going to take like the title of the image, it's going to take the summary of the image and kind of slap it together. So that's coming out either next week or the following week. I already saw a prototype for that. So we're good to go. And then we'll just schedule it. So you want to schedule it to, Twitter, Facebook group, LinkedIn, etc. You just go down the list and it'll do all of it. Now, if I don't have any media, you said medium or image here, then you can post to Instagram. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
And that's it.
I can get rid of Metrical or whatever the name of that thing is. I don't even know why I have that and HelloWoofy. If HelloWoofy can do all of this.
Snoopy, stop. Well, I don't know if Elon Musk ever told you to get rid of your Chevy Bolt, but Chevy got rid of his Chevy Bolt. So you should get a Tesla.
Yeah.
Which is actually true. Which is true.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Chevy Bolt that they just announced that they're no longer making Chevy Bolts. So that's that.
Yeah. I was just saying I'm just gonna need to keep coming back because just like the other young lady, I saw that you was having this and I just jumped on. So
Sure.
I'm gonna need to do this more often to learn the platform.
Every week, 1 p.m. Eastern time, New York City time, we do these networking calls. But like I said, also I encourage you guys to grab that consulting call. Snoopy and I, if Snoopy's available, if in his daily schedule can fit us in, we can do a coaching call. We'll do a whiteboard session like we're doing here and kind of break everything down. And then we'll send you this whiteboard as an attachment, as a PDF. So it's only $100 an hour.
All right, thank you.
Cool. All right, let's move over to Heather. Heather, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, why you're awesome, and how can we help? Heather, can you hear us?
Okay, well, yeah, so I'm here with Tom. I'm actually Tom's assistant.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Yeah, he's here too. And so my work computer doesn't allow me to do like video or audio for my computer. So we're all over here now.
Okay. So tell us who you are and how can we help you today?
Yeah, so I'm Tom's assistant. We work in the mortgage lending world here in Wisconsin, but we lend in all 50 states. So if anybody's buying a house, let us know.
Okay.
But we just started looking into HelloWoofy, and so we're very green on what capabilities there are, but wanted to hop on. And Tom had put a couple of questions in the chat as we were kind of perusing through what HelloWoofy can do. And we really
did we answer all your questions so far, or we got a few more? So okay, let's see. A couple of questions. When you schedule a post, does it automatically add to those platforms, or you receive a notification going to those platforms? So it depends. 95% of the integrations are fully automated. Instagram personal is not, TikTok is not, WhatsApp is not, Facebook personal is not. Everything else is fully automated. Now, when I say is not, it means that it sends you a reminder to your phone, and then it'll open up the respective app for you and then transfer everything over. And by the way, the only reason we do that is because that's how the platforms require you to do it. Any other platform that says any other way is soon going to be banned, and we'll take you down with it. So that's just something to keep in mind. With Instagram Business, it is fully automated. Everything is fully automated except for stories. So what I do is connect my Instagram Business as a business integration and a personal integration so that I can get reminders for stories when I need them to be scheduled ahead of time with a link attached. So what that means is, this is really good for you guys if you don't want to remember your links every single time, is when you're actually creating, like, I'll give you an example of why the reminder is really good. When you're creating a single post or content in the library, this action URL, let's say it's an action URL to this article about Google and AI, you can paste it in, and then it'll actually remind you to copy that link directly into a story as a link so that your followers can click on the link in the story and then go wherever you want them to go. So that is the only time that I would do a personal reminder. You can see it here, Instagram here. So you can see I have Instagram Business here under my account, but then I also have it under the personal account right here above. So I can send a story reminder to myself. That is the only time I would recommend using personal Instagram. Other than that, you should just be using business Instagram because that fully automatically posts. What else do we have? Let's see. Other questions are, oops, let me scroll up again. Okay, so I answered that question for Tom. And what is the purpose of creating content HelloWoofy, but then having to it just saves you time, and the AI will help you generate content. OpenAI is going to be integrated very soon. So the goal, Tom, is to create a one-stop solution for all of it. Even if you have to get the reminder, it saves you a ton of time than having to think and redo, copy, all that stuff. It makes it much easier. This is the roadmap for this year that we're looking to achieve. So you take one piece of content, use AI to elongate it or shorten it, and then you can get it out into the world. The reason why this is important, and this is actually a slide from our investor pitch we just did. Social only gets you about 2 to 5% engagement. Direct mail, according to Loeb.com, gets you 40%. Obviously, depends on the audience, but overall 40% engagement. Text messaging gets you 90. Smart speakers close to 100% because there's no throttling, and newsletters for us gets us 40 to 60% engagement. And then of course blog is really important. A really well keyworded blog should be driving half the traffic from it. So that's why we're saying one-stop shop solution for everything. And then, oh, thank you for investing. I really appreciate that. What is a good tool to use to make short form videos out of longer videos? I do not have Adobe. So video sync is one. Video, I think it's VYDO, if I remember correctly.
That was wonky.
Was it this one? No, it's not this one. There
No,
was
it's not. I
another
know
one.
exactly which one you're talking about because it pulls directly,
Uh-huh.
but it was really hard to, like, if they pulled a clip and I wanted to edit the clip, I was having a hard time doing that.
Okay, Opus is another one. We're talking to them right now. There's also Content Fries, if I remember correctly. Have you used that one?
No.
Very funny name, but they do the same thing, repurpose your long short. So if you guys have suggestions, put it in the comments or also put it in the Facebook group. We've had a bunch of requests for these things because we're trying to partner with some of them. And throw them into our platform. Actually, we do have Wave. It's Wave and Headliner already integrated. So see if those two are good as well for your purposes. And I believe Canva has started introducing some video capabilities as well, and that's directly integrated here.
Okay, thank you.
So let me know if that works out for you. And then if you use StreamYard to record, you can also make sure on video directly. Oh, I didn't know that, Jessica. That's a new feature. Yeah, so Jessica says StreamYard is now upgraded to that as well. What do you use AI to shorten? What do you mean use AI to shorten it? Oh, so for example, if I take a piece of article like, whoops, okay, too many clicks happening. If you take a piece of content like this one and you summarize when you, meaning that you click on this little button here on the right side, summarize, you can take the whole article and paste it in, or you can take a little paragraph and paste it in, and it'll give you a summary of what it is on the bottom. And of course, then this is a summary. You obviously want the link there, and then it does everything else we talked about earlier in the video. Jen votes on Canva, and yep, we do use Canva. And okay, cool. Jen also recommends Descript, CapCut. Oh, there we go. A couple of other ones. Jessica suggests Headliner. But you okay? So it's Canva. Why do you prefer Canva over Headliner? What's the cool part of Canva and for videos?
I think I've just used Canva more, and also there's a ton of different, like you can just make them different shapes and add a bunch of things to it. So instead of taking your video and going into whatever you're going to post it and adding the little GIFs or whatever else you want to the screen, you can do it all in Canva.
Interesting. And yeah, go ahead. Who's someone speaking?
No, I was just agreeing with her.
Okay, got it. That's awesome. And that's available at all the plans or just specific ones?
I mean, obviously there's pro features on the pro versions, but I think a lot of it you can still do for free pretty much.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. All right, well, there you go. It looks like, well, we have Canva already built in, so let me know how the integration works out for you guys. All right, so we'll call it there. We have about 3 minutes left. Any other questions, comments anyone wants to share before we jump into the one last ask we have here? All right, so guys, the last thing I'm going to mention is, like I said, there are literally 10 hours left to invest in the business at the current valuation for as low as $100. So what that means is with certain perks, if you already have a membership, we can kind of retroactively give you the money back if you do grab a investment option that gives it to you for free. So if you invest, I think at the $9.99 level, you get a membership for free, and then it goes up from there. You get other memberships for free for the first year. But the idea is that we want to get to 200 or higher, and that'll allow us to do quite a few things in terms of upgrading the platform a lot faster. It also gives you shares in the business. So it means that, as we scale, as we win, as we do well, we don't want to just say, thanks for being an early investor, or sorry, being an early customer, not even an investor. Good luck with you, and we win only. I see that happening a lot with other SaaS companies. In fact, I've been telling every SaaS founder, let your customers win, let them have a piece of the action, so that as you win, you get exited, you make more money, or whatever it happens. Obviously, no guarantees. You will have a piece of it as well. So at the different levels that we're looking at right now, we want to achieve 250 for getting the self-tac application up and running, get a lot more features up and running. Of course, allow for the platform to be upgraded, stabilize it, make it faster. And then if we're able to get the 750, we're going to be pushing much harder on the paid ads side. How many people here are doing paid ads, just out of curiosity? If you can just do a hand wave or unmute and say me. No one's running Facebook ads for their business here?
Not yet.
Oh
Not-
yeah, that's what we do as a business at Listing Village.
Okay, so you're running face ad. Okay. And then Brian, Jen, Chris, Heather, Tom.
No, Jen does not run ads for GetDesky.
Okay, interesting. So this is more of a, Tom said no. Okay, interesting. This is more for, I guess, an agency ask then. So we'll have to see if that's going to be more important. So one of the things that we're looking to develop is a commenting tool, because many of you know that when you ask a question in the Facebook group, right, I actually respond in video format, and that is something which is very unique. I don't know other people doing it at scale with automation, so we're thinking of developing that to 750, and then of course further developing the smart speaker and the augmented reality capabilities. But we'll listen to you guys. You guys keep telling us what features you want, what improvements in the Facebook group. Be active, and come to these calls as well every week at 1 p.m. to make sure that we're doing exactly what you guys will need. All right, guys, wefunder.com /HelloWoofy. I'll put the link in the chat right now. We have 10K to go, actually 9K now. We have 9K to go before we hit $200,000. But again, you get shares in the business. We want you to be a founder level member in the business as well. And of course, as we scale, you win as well. Go ahead. Who had a question?
What's self-tac?
Self-tac is a funny little application we built for ourselves last summer. And the idea was that I had too many selfies with too many people who were really, really cool, but I didn't remember their names. And so like I said, we had too many selfies, and also in the address book, I had too many contacts with just the name, someone's phone number, or just a name and an email address, and I had no way of like saying, oh, I met Jessica and I remember exactly what she looks like, or Bob or Lisa or Brian. And so this application automatically, what it does is it takes a selfie with the person you just met. Someone's definitely playing my video. Thank you for playing my video. So it takes a selfie, and then it gets the information, the name, email, phone number, and then it uses that to generate 2 or 3 messages, depending on which one you like. It'll send that as a text. It'll send that as an email with the selfie attached, with your contact details attached as well. So your Calendly information, your LinkedIn information, all of that stuff gets sent automatically over. And here's actually an example of it. And it does automatically, and also it drops a pin on where you met the person. So if you want to be like, hey, I remember meeting someone in New York, but I don't remember who that was, you can actually go to New York in the application and see all the people you met there. And so here's an example. I met Cal in the Upper West Side, and I'm emailing him, I'm calling him. He actually put me on his podcast, and I think he's about to invest as well. He's a very big name influencer. So you can see right there, Calendly, my phone number, my email address, my LinkedIn. I should probably not have my phone number on here, but I guess I don't have a work-life balance anyways. And then you can see all the pins I've been, of the people that I've been meeting here. And so it's free. It's totally free right now. It's turning into a lead magnet for us. Instead of giving you guys an ebook or a white paper and being like, hey, give us your email so I can upsell you HelloWoofy, I'm going to give you something for free that you can use every single day. And you're going to think about HelloWoofy and self-tac, and of course, Snoopy as well. So that's what that is, guys.
How do we get self-tac?
Just go to selftac.com and download it. I'll put the link in the chat. It's selfie and contact. Like, we took the 2 words and we sliced it. So give us feedback, tell us how it works. When you first open it, you can do, I think, 3 or 5 free contacts. And then it'll ask you to create an account. So I would just create an account from the beginning, just swipe to the right, but it opens up to the camera first. Thanks, Jen. Yep, that's the link right there. So yeah, totally free to join, and that comes obviously as, give us more feedback as well. All right, guys, we'll call it there. If there are no other comments, questions in the chat, I don't see anything. If you guys want to unmute and say anything as well. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Virtual hugs. Happy Friday.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Bye.